Stick around to find out about these killer custom bags made just for you from Pashton. Let's talk about Paul Dans. He is the guy who is one of the authors, one of the architects of Project 2025. He is remarkably, he has a remarkable lack of charisma. What do the kids call it? Riz? He got none of it. He was on with Kaitlan Collins. Seriously, just wait for this mumbling, bumbling buffoon who's trying to answer questions and doing it in what he thinks is, I guess, artful, but it is just a mumbling mess. Just absolute marbles in his mouth, trying to, how do I lie about this? Deer in the headlights. But he's being asked several questions by Kaitlan Collins. But I want to start it with this like 30-second clip here, 34-second clip of how the interview begins. Because Kaitlan Collins prefaces it by showing Donald Trump denying involvement in 2025, showing Paul Dans and others from the Heritage Foundation also talking about how this is Donald Trump, he's going to be great. Just tying it together, pointing out that it is nonsense and lies and conspiracy. It's laughable to try to say Donald Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025. But this is kind of where it begins, but I want to start with this very first clip, this 34-second clip of him really just leaning into the dear leader talk.
And now for his first television interview since he stepped down as the director of Project 2025 in July, I am joined by Paul Dans. It's great to have you here. I mean, as you know, given what we've seen from the conventions, it's almost inevitable that this will be brought up on the debate stage tomorrow night. Are you worried that your work could be a liability for Trump when he's on stage up there tomorrow?
No, not at all. And thank you for having me, Kaitlan. Look, President Trump's the greatest debater, bar none, of our time. And, the breaking news is Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025.
These people have no shame. There is no dignity. There is no indignity too great to get them to stop acting like cult members. President Trump is the greatest debater, bar none, the world has ever seen. Donald Trump, for the last time, maybe not for the last time, isn't a good debater. He is an agent of chaos. There are no policy ideas that he gets on the ground with and gets wonky talking about. He talks about his golf game. He talks about how far he can hit the ball. He talks about winning club championships that he didn't win or cheated to win. He's not a debater, you dipshit. You are in a cult. That's how it works. But the end statement there that Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025 was really the crux of this interview, of him really straining credulity, straining rationality for someone to make the claim. And Kaitlan Collins does a good job of it when he's saying here that this isn't about Trump. This could just as easily be Ron DeSantis's Project 2025. And Kaitlan Collins points out a very stark number to refute that.
The reality is that, look, we haven't had interchange with the campaign. A lot of this was done, way before President Trump even announced for office. A lot of the Heritage folks worked with the DeSantis campaign. So you might actually say it's more of a DeSantis Project 2025. Well,
Trump's name is in the document 300 times. Well, DeSantis is not.
Yeah, he's the former president. But like when it came time to debut the book at the Heritage 50th anniversary, President Trump wasn't invited by the Heritage management. They instead gave the seat of honor to Governor DeSantis. So I think, it's very ironic that it's now getting mapped to him. That's fake news.
Donald Trump's name is mentioned in the document 300 times. Ron DeSantis's is not. That's all that needs to be said. And still, he drives forward with the narrative that it's fake news to try to map this onto Donald Trump. All of the people who are involved with the Heritage Foundation, all of the people who are prior Trump administration alumni, come on. But they think so little of the Republican Party's electorate that they expect them to just buy it, hook, line, and sinker, and repeat it. just flap the hole underneath their noses, repeating the talk point that Donald Trump has nothing to do with it. Denying that we didn't coordinate with Donald Trump. We have nothing, who's Donald Trump? Where does he even live? Which is funny for the next clip, which is her directly asking him, well, have you been to Mar-a-Lago? Have you met with Donald Trump? And this is where the murmuring and stammering and stuttering and mumbling really shows up in force.
How many times have you been to Mar-a-Lago?
Several, sure.
And you meet with Trump campaign people, or who do you talk to when you're there?
Well, I've met, they're not at the Mar-a-Lago per se, but yeah, I've met with Susie, and, from time to time, we have a little bit of interchange, but it's very limited with respect to Project 2025, sure.
Have you met with Trump himself?
I've only met him shaking hands with him.
And when was that recently?
Well, I spoke at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention in Tennessee, so I met him in the Snaps line, and I met him a couple years prior. But no, I really haven't met President Trump.
So when you say Trump has nothing to do with it, you're saying he didn't write it, he didn't collaborate on it. But I looked at some past things you said, and you said that this is ultimately his direction and his team's direction. I think people might doubt that he has nothing to do with it, given comments like that you've met him, that you've been to Mar-a-Lago.
Well, he hasn't been personally briefed by myself, or I don't know what the nature of his campaign briefings on it have been, but certainly we're picking up where he left off in the first term. A lot of us have worked there, and we're frustrated. I mean, what Project 2025 really is, it's not a threat to democracy, it's a threat to bureaucracy. It's putting we the people, back into our government. Right now, we have a permanent government in Washington, and this is the essence of a call to people to come serve in Washington. It's Kennedy-esque. It's really, and that's what's so exciting to see, like RFK Jr. and the rest joining the Trump fold.
Two things there. We'll address the first, the thing that happened last first, and that's the little slip up there that he's very happy that Robert Kennedy Jr. Is joining the the Trump fold. These people, it's one and the same. There is no bifurcation. There is no separation between Donald Trump and the Heritage Foundation. If you're out there and you're a MAGA adjacent individual, or just a troll to watch the video and comment, it does not make any sense, and it's just not an argument to make that Donald Trump would allow something like this to take place. He has a stranglehold on the Republican Party and the disparate satellite network of activist extremist groups. Do you think that Donald Trump is so weak and feckless as a leader in the Republican Party that they're going to go they're going to go rogue and create this 900+ page document outlining how it's going to work under Donald Trump without his permission? Is that how much of a weakling he is, Republicans? Come on. Secondly, how many times have you been to Mar-a-Lago? Several. And then nervously, well, I didn't really meet him. We were on a snap and, a step and repeat. I've never really met him. I just hang out at his house, Mar-a-Lago. None of it makes any sense. They're liars. And why did this guy get put forward out there as a representative to try to sway the American people further to believe that Donald Trump has nothing to do with this? This guy is a communications disaster. He's a messaging monster for Donald Trump. And not monster as in monster truck rally. I mean, he's a monster as in he is just shit in the bed here. This is not good for the message, because all it does is solidify. It calcifies, just like Donald Trump's arteries, in the minds of Americans that Donald Trump absolutely is at the helm of Project 2025 and is set to put it into practice as soon as he's inaugurated, if indeed he wins the election, which could be through democratic means, or it could be put back into office extra constitutionally, extra democratically. I would love your opinion on this. You can leave a comment below. That would be great. Tells YouTube to share this content with new prospective viewers. I would appreciate the hand up there. You can also leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me the old-fashioned way daily at dollemore.com. If you want to help support this work, if you want to help me make these videos, be a producer of sorts, you can click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month, or go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/I Doubt It Podcast. I love and appreciate you very much. If you're on social media, do not sign up just to follow me on social media. That is madness. That's not hyperbole. Do not do it. It will make your life less rich. But if you're already there and you want to join me in the cesspool that is social media, I am at Dollemore everywhere. I'd love to see you there. Another way to support the show, stick around for a great offer. Pick up a unique bag from Passion Bags, sponsor of a portion of today's video. This obviously is a different kind of channel sponsorship, a different kind of product ad. We're all different, unique in ways that set us apart from everybody else. And we shouldn't be ashamed of our differences. We should be proud of what makes us unique. Why should it be any different for the items we carry every day that become a reflection of our individuality? Passion bags and accessories are hand-created, custom travel and play and work bags that allow you to have it your way. Handcrafted and handmade in small batches to ensure uniqueness and style, which allows you to accentuate all the you that you are in your own unique way. Your first Passion bag could be ready to ship as early as today from their exclusive collection, but there are certainly custom items available to you that could take a little time to create and ship. There are also endless ways to customize their messenger bags and backpacks, not to mention waist bags that can be converted into crossbody configurations. Passion has a wide variety of colors and materials that are stylish and durable, from waterproof waxed canvas to a number of responsibly sourced exotic skins. Passion will help you celebrate your unique you. So visit the link in the description to check it out and take advantage of this uniquely awesome deal of 15% off of your first purchase for a limited time.